Heard is going down in the villa once again. Now look, I don't even watch this show. I just see so many clips, so many TikToks, everybody's talking about it. So like, we just got to do a reaction video to it. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. So today we're going to be reacting to the new Love Island season, like what's going on, and just hopefully I can get caught up on it because I hear so many people talking about it and I feel kind of left out, even though this show is something that I don't really think I will really watch. But it just got a lot of stuff that I don't really like, you know. But let me know in the comments. I could be wrong. But let's just get straight into this video.
Y'all, it's another week of Love Island, and things are about to go sideways.
He's trying to get drilled because I've got just a tool for that.
He said...
You see what I'm saying? It just be seeming like it's too much. It's overly perverted. I don't know.
Does anybody need drilling? And baby, did he drill?
So who the heck is that man, and why is he trying to
I don't know, you got some nice teeth.
Everyone? Well, this week it's time for the infamous Casa Amor. But before we get there, where we last left things off, the Islanders are once again recovering from a heartbreaking elimination. Well, heartbreaking unless you're Ace, cause after sending Jeremiah home, this man's heart is as...
Jeremiah got sent home? Jeremiah was the dude that was with Huda. Right?
As ever. And along with Jeremiah, Hannah is also now gone, and Shelly explains the decision like this.
We felt like with Hannah, even though her and Pepe had a stronger connection, it was almost as if it was like an instant thing they haven't really explored versus at least Amaya and Iris.
My god, the Ace Mind virus has fully infected Shelly now, cause even she's eliminating people because they haven't explored enough. Like, why is it better that two people have tried out different relationships and not found anything over someone who has found something? I don't know, it's kinda weird.
Because, so, if I'm not, tell me if I'm getting this right, wouldn't it be because, like, if you got a couple, you're most likely not going to be getting voted off because America's going to see you as a nice couple. They're going to see you and they're going to be like, oh, like, I want them to stay on. Or the people, right? I don't know.
Because honestly, the easier excuse for dumping Hannah was just to say she can go now and be with Charlie, while Iris and Amaya can have another chance at finding some...
You can't tell me this show does not seem like a high school, though, where it's just like you freaking just, everybody hopping around. Even college, hopping around and just...
They actually connect with. Anyway, back with Sierra and Nick, these two are regrouping after he had said he was going to be keeping things open. So they talk about it, and he essentially comes back saying he's going to be taking this relationship as serious as she is.
Can we go make grilled cheese?
Yes.
Yay.
I kind of got excited from that conversation. I got a boner.
Oh boy, Sierra's about to get another 45 seconds of heaven under the sheets. But okay, time to get to Casa Amor, which Ariana Madix reveals to the women by having the men all blindfolded with music blaring in their ears, while she does the Love Island version of that scene from Love Actually.
Through hymns, hundreds of thousands.
So, a lot of people got kicked off the show ever since the last time I did a video. I don't know.
But he didn't always.
I can't hear shit.
And if you're unfamiliar with what Casa Amor is, essentially the girls are going to be sent to a different casa where new men will arrive to try and tempt them away from their current couplings. Same thing goes for the men in the villa here, who, unbeknownst to them, will be engaging in a kissing competition with the new women. All the while, the men are thinking they're kissing their original ladies. So, meet Grace.
Bro, what?
Clark, Vanna, Coco, and Jaden, all of whom's kisses are loved by Pepe.
I said 10. I gotta give it a 10. You guys already know what I'm gonna give it. A 10.
Hated by TJ.
I'm gonna rate that like a 7. I have to go with a 5. Damn! So I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
And I think Nick didn't understand the assignment because he's just grabbing all their asses instead. You know what? My man probably thought, ooh, I'll know Sierra by her ass, so if I grab a squeeze, I'll know which one is her and be able to rate that kiss a 10. So at the end of the competition, the men take off their blindfolds and surprise, surprise, there are new women. Casa season is in, and this time everyone's now going to officially couple with one of these women. And here, the women get to decide. Grayson picks Pepe, and I was doing a double take saying, wait a minute, did I put on the wrong episode? Cause I thought Hannah and Pepe weren't together anymore. Vanna picks Ace, Jaden picks Austin, which is perfect cause they both have lip tattoos. Jaden says baby, while Austin says...
No way, baby.
Ah, how quaint. Both Coco and Clark pick Taylor, and he decides to go with Coco, so Clark moves over to Nick, which leaves TJ alone with his invisible girlfriend.
She goes to another school.
And by the way, pressure's on because after 24 hours, there's going to be another recoupling ceremony, and whoever's single will be vulnerable and up for dumping. Which also goes for the women, who, while this is happening, are over at Casa having a different sort of task, which really just boils down to once again kissing everyone. After which, they too will get picked by the guys, where everyone but Amaya and Alandria are selected.
Let me
However,
see what some of these comments are saying. I'm just... God, because your channel, faithful spoilers. I'm so glad you pushed a certain show back. My favorite part was how Nick kept going on about how he was concerned about Ellen Rush to her on Sierra's. Season is triggering me the way. Yeah, JD fumbled, but his defense, Huda apparently licked his growing, and he was clearly uncomfortable with her afterwards. So I'm standing up Haitian brother on this. Well, I watched it, so no. I watched the recap to understand what somebody talking about. That's what I'm saying. I'm not probably going to watch it, but I'll definitely watch the recaps.
here has two guys jump on with her, so she goes for a man named Chris, which means the other guy, Zach with a K, because there are two Zachs here. I know, this is hard to follow, but just stick with me here. Zach with a K then gets to choose someone else, and he picks Alandria, leaving Amaya alone and potentially vulnerable. And so our Casa couples are Huda and this man JD, Sierra and Benson Boone,
so
Alandria
like,
and Zach with a K,
like...
Shelly and Chris, Iris and Zach with a C, and finally
based
Andrina
off
and
looks, I'm gonna see which couple
alone and
best.
potentially vulnerable. And so our Casa couples are Huda and this man JD, Sierra and Benson Boone, Alandria and Zach with a K, Shelly and Chris, Iris and Zach with a C, and finally Andrina and J alone and potentially Sierra and Benson Boone, Alandria.
I'm gonna go with them too. Yeah, I think they like the best together. But like
Zach with a K, Shelly and Chris, Iris and Zach with a C, and finally Andrina and Brian. So now everyone has 24 hours to solidify their connections or risk elimination. So TJ decides to pull out all his heavy hitter moves on Vanna, like this one.
They call me JT sometimes, like Justin Timberlake. Yeah, because you just flip TJ and JT.
Spoiler alert. Somehow this works. As a result, Ace, who wasn't really into Vanna in the first place, Ace starts talking with Coco.
You know, like if I'm gonna date you, we're most likely gonna get married.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, like
he lying. Look how long it took him to say he agreed.
We're most likely gonna get married.
The pause. He's capping. This is that face that you give when you cap into somebody. Like, you know, I'm going to say yeah just because. I'm going to say yes so I don't get voted off.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to around.
I see you.
Okay, but word of advice, never ever call this man baby. Now, as for our other single and vulnerable islander, Amaya, she doesn't really do anything. However, Zach with a K here realizes he's basically got no chance with Alandria as the chemistry is not really there and she's still thinking about Taylor back at the villa, so he decides to try his luck with Amaya, and you know what? I guess Amaya didn't really have to do anything after all, cause her man just fell into her lap. So, at the Casa recoupling ceremony, essentially all that happens is Amaya stands in front of everyone and Ariana asks if anyone wants to couple with her, at which point Zach then stands up. This then means that Elandria is now vulnerable, and when no one stands up for her...
Congratulations, Amaya and Zach. You are now a couple.
No, stop.
Oh, not this again. Not this, Amaya.
No. And Nick.
It's okay.
So, just like that,
Whoa.
Elandria is dumped. Gone. Doesn't matter that she's got a man back at the villa, she's out of here, and everyone is super emotional about it. But hold on, the surprise eliminations aren't finished. As at the villa recoupling
Wait, she
ceremony,
got kicked off?
Vanna stands up for TJ, which leaves Ace vulnerable, so Coco then stands up for Ace, leaving Taylor vulnerable, which then leads to Clark, who originally wanted to couple with Taylor, to stand up for him. And now Nick is all alone, and yup, Nick then gets the dump, which has Ace in absolute tears. I mean, the dude just lost one of his primo henchmen. How's he gonna recover from this? You think Pepe over here is gonna do his bidding like Nick did? You can't just hire good henchmen anywhere, not in this economy. So Nick takes his little carry-on out the door. However, the twists, they keep on
So
twisting.
doesn't that leave one person still open? Because the girl, Elandria, she just took off. So that's two people.
Now, come on.
Or am I tweaking? That's two people that's gone that could have been together, which means there's one person left that don't have nobody.
Hurry up, get in.
What the
Nick, come on, hurry.
Yeah, hurry up, get in, Nick. The producers gave us plot armor. So Nick and Elandria are then brought to a private little dinner where they each dish the lowdown on what's going on in Casa and the villa. And when Elandria finds out about Clark and Taylor's growing connection, she's like...
If you're able to come in and take my man from me, Taylor was never mine to begin with, and I'm okay with leaving this villa with a smile on my face and knowing that.
And then the two are given an opportunity to stay in the game if they want to couple up together, which of course they take. And Nick here also reveals that he's always thought Elandria was attractive, so this is a good opportunity to explore that. So these two then sneak into the villa, and the next morning...
Good morning, Islanders.
Yeah, you know, Clark over here is going...
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
Now the show continues on, and we get a kissing competition between the villa
Oh
and
my
Casa,
gosh.
where Elandria is forced to watch Taylor snog Clark, and essentially everyone's going all out for the win. I mean, we even get feet in the air, people.
There's no way this show is real, bro.
Essentially, everyone's going all out for the win. I mean...
Bro, like...
Get feet in the air, people. There are feet in the air. Ultimately, though, Casa ends up winning, cause, I mean, come on. Just look at this awful form from the Villa crew. I mean, they got people up on each other's shoulders kissing, but what about these two? Why aren't you two kissing? I mean, if they wanted to actually win, they'd have Austin and Taylor kiss, but I guess, you know, some people just aren't born winners. However, after this challenge, Nick pulls Elandria aside to say, you know, we always go hard on those challenges, but I want to see if we have chemistry outside of them. And so they have this wild kiss. I mean, look at that lip action. Elandria went after Nick's lips like... And my man Nick over here is looking absolutely dazed.
I'm gonna miss saying Nikki Poo.
This is ridiculous.
It's Nick for now.
Okay, but don't ship these two just yet, cause the following day, both these two decide the spark isn't really there, and they're both still thinking of their original couple.
Okay, this is Lust Island for sure. You just kiss and do what you do with everybody, and then...
And everything from here is leading up to a final Casa recoupling, which is going to be more open than you might think, as people like JD here are completely fumbling the bag.
I can tell you like being dominant.
Huh?
You were just trying to be dominant, and I'm not someone who likes to be dominated.
So find someone submissive.
You were trying to do too much. I was like, what is she doing?
Wow, this is amazing, cause I don't think I've ever seen the ick enter someone in real time before, but there it is.
No, I think I had to lead your ass to help you.
No. You like being dominant.
I do, but I had to help you.
You got your head in the game for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this man realize he has no options right now? Cause he's acting like he's got options when in fact, he's got none. So Huda then goes to talk with Chris here in hopes of finding something, and also, you know, they had a pretty good kiss at the last challenge. TJ, meanwhile, is losing his vibe with Vanna and is missing Iris, maybe because of conversations like this.
Maybe it's the RBF.
Yeah, probably.
It's giving me mixed signals like all the time, so I just never like, I think it kind of throws me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
And Alandria, she goes on full offense for Taylor, even pulling out those spicy photos with a lipstick print on one side and some hearts and kissy faces on the other, and, you know, she's also accentuating the girls. But alright, Casa is now officially over, and everyone reunites for the recoupling ceremony where they introduce all the villa couples except Nick and Alandria, leaving Sierra to think that Nick was eliminated, so she's in absolute tears. All the while, the boys are watching on and ready to step in there and tell Sierra, don't worry, he's still here. That is, until the producers look over at them like,
Don't
We
say
need a small
nothing.
business loan fast.
They're gonna
I
make
got
her
this.
get off.
Loan
If they don't say anything, she gonna think that he's gone.
Cause of course they need to have this big moment where Nick and Alandria come in and surprise everyone. And Sierra, she is just ecstatic about Nick still being there. Meanwhile, Benson Boone is going,
I'm in danger.
No shot. So that's someone she's not seeing ages. That's just so she's comfortable.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know, man, I think you better moonbeam ice cream start packing up your blue jeans, cause you're cooked. Oh, and by the way, his real name is Elam. So for this recoupling ceremony, everyone has to write down the name of who they want to match with. If two people write each other's names, well, they're now a couple. But if you write a name down and you don't match, you're vulnerable. So Austin and Jaden are an easy first match. Then Amaya's name is written down by both Zach and JD, but Amaya writes Zach, so JD is now vulnerable, and
Dang.
Sorry bro, you probably should have let Huda dominate you. Pepe and Grayson are another easy match along with Andrina and Brian. TJ has both Vanna and Iris go up for him, but even through that RBF, you can tell he's going to pick Iris. Ace is up next, and both Coco and Shelly move up for him, but the big surprise in this moment is that Ariana then asks if anyone has written down Shelly's name, and Chris is silent, meaning he hedged his bet well, thinking Shelly was still going to write down Ace's name, and so he put down Huda's name. And Huda and Chris are now a match. As for Ace, he picks his OG girl Shelly, which leaves Coco vulnerable. Sierra then picks Nick over Elan, but the biggest shocker of all of them for the evening comes when Taylor has both Alandria and Clark to choose from, and this is what happens next.
Clark.
What? Taylor, are you serious? There's no way, bro. There's no way. Yo.
Oh, Amaya, so extra, and I'm here for it. So Alandria is once again vulnerable, and now the Villa Islanders get to decide one woman to save, while the Casa Islanders will decide one guy to save. And of the men, Elan is saved, saying goodbye to Zach with a C and JD, while the person saved of the women is...
Landria.
Alandria lives to see another day, while Vanna and Coco get the dump. All the while, everyone left over now at the villa is just trying to catch up on what went down since they separated. Like Nick tells Sierra about his kiss with Alandria, but that they decided the spark wasn't there. While Sierra, she says she wasn't really vibing with Elan, even though he did do some cute stuff for her.
He cut my pancakes into the letter C. It was adorable.
You know, Nick is probably really confused right now, considering he still thinks Sierra's name is spelled with an S, not a C. Meanwhile, Chris and Huda decide they want to keep exploring other people, so Chris sits down Ace to say, man to man, he's going after Shelly, and he wants to be upfront about that. Oh, and Andrina is suddenly full-on wanting Pepe, which is something she'll work on in the next challenge, a heart rate challenge. challenge, where everyone is hooked up to heart monitors and the couple that gets the most hearts racing with the highest heart rate, they're the winners. And yeah, this whole challenge is pretty much YouTube's worst nightmare, cause we've got swearing, sexuality, Austin's dance moves. This thing needs to be censored all over the place. Ultimately, Nick and Sierra are the winners, but the big moment out of all of this is when Huda does an extra long makeout with some more booty bouncing on top of Ace, all while Chris and Shelly are making out beside them. And Shelly thinks that this went too far, especially for someone who's supposed to be her girl. Still, you know, it worked.
Ace's heart rate was raised the most by Huda.
And
look at her reaction.
Huda.
She said, "Oh shoot, girl, I know you just kissed my man. You never."
And Huda's like, what's the big deal? I mean, I kinda get you on this one, Huda, but weren't you also the woman saying all of this?
Do you not see, like, what me and Jeremiah have? Like, I just think that was the dumbest shit she could have done. I can already tell that the bitch doesn't compare to me. Do I know her? No. Bitch, if you don't quit it right now, thank you.
Anyway, looks like Shelly's done with Huda, and that's where we leave off, so bye. So that's it for this recap of week 4 of...
Alright, y'all. Look, I'm still a little confused about this show, but I'm starting to get a little bit more details. And it seemed like a decent show. I just don't know if I can get into it. It's a lot of just kissing around, it seemed like. And I don't know if I really... I don't know. I just... seem a little off, but yeah, I don't know. Like, y'all gotta drop in the comments, like, what am I missing? Like, tell me how y'all got into it. Like, what do y'all think? Because I'm just confused about the plot. Like, are they just going here to try to find love, the best couple? Because everybody has been kissing everybody at this point. So how do y'all, like, how are y'all differentiating, whatever it's called, between each people? Because, like, y'all all are just kissing everybody. Y'all can't, y'all kiss this person and y'all say, oh, tomorrow, this person, I like this person now because I kissed them. Yeah, kiss in another challenge and then kiss again. Look, I don't know. That's all I got for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay just tuned for all more streams and reactions and stuff like that. Drop in the comment below any other stream or any other reaction you guys want me to do. Any other TV show. Whatever you want me to, just drop a comment below. And yeah, until next time.